Hello everyone, welcome back to Aspen Tech channel. I hope you are enjoying the videos uploaded on this channel. So far, we have uploaded 87 videos which are related to Aspen HYSYS, Aspen Plus, Aspen Exchanger Design and Rating, and Aspen Energy Analyzer. So our today's video is related to Aspen Exchanger Design and Rating, and in this video, we will design a plate and frame heat exchanger using steam and water example. So far in our previous videos, which were related to the exchanger, we have designed shell and tube heat exchanger, but this is the first video, which is video number 88, in which we will design a plate and frame heat exchanger. So the given conditions for the steam are that the temperature of the inlet stream is 160 degrees centigrade, inlet vapor fraction is 1, temperature outlet is unknown, outlet vapor fraction is 0. It means that the saturated steam is entering the system and saturated vapor is producing from the system. Now, how I estimated that it is a saturated steam? Because if you look at the pressure, it is 5 bar. So corresponding to 5 bar, it is in the near range of saturated system. The pressure drop, which is the estimated, is 0.1 bar, while the allowable is zero point 0.4 bar, and the flow rate of that stream is 30,000 kg per hour. So this is the conditions of the steam which is needs to be cooled down in the process in a plate and frame heat exchanger. For water, the temperature inlet is 25 degrees centigrade. Again, we do not know the outlet temperature. The operating pressure is 7 bar. The pressure drop estimated is zero point 0.2, while the allowable is zero point 0.5 bar, and the flow rate, as you can see, is a huge one given to us. We have been given a rule which needs to be remembered is that total heat loss by a hot stream is equal to total heat gain by a cold stream. And if we take it as mcpdt for first, which is the hot stream, is equal to mcpdt for the cold stream, which is labeled as 2. Now, if we further take it, mcp T hot in minus T hot out, and that is equal to mcp T cold out minus T cold in. Now we know the T hot in, we know the T cold in, we know the flow rates, we know the CP. So there are two unknowns. The system T hot out and T cold out means we need some equation or some variable among these. But if you see, we have been given the vapor fraction of outlet steam. It means that based on this outlet vapor fraction, which is 0, and as allowable pressure drop is zero point 0.1 bar, means for 4.9 bar, Aspen will predict using the degree of freedom analysis. And if you remember our previous videos on Aspen Plus and Aspen HYSYS, when we define a stream, we need to either specify temperature pressure or temperature vapor fraction or pressure vapor fraction. So we have been given the pressure vapor fraction, so obviously temperature will be calculated. It means that we know the value of th naught as well, but indirectly. So it means the only unknown in the system is tc naught, and obviously the equation will be able to solve. So now let's go to the Aspen Exchanger design and rating and solve it. So first we will click on new, and there are again different types available. Click on this plate and create it. So it will first check the license for the plate and then it will take it. And as you can see, it has taken us to the interface. First we will convert the units and change the units to metric because we have been given the information in metric. Hot stream we will name as steam, cold stream water. Flow rate given is 30,000, and here it is. This one is the flow rate, 160 degrees centigrade. Outlet temperature we do not know, 25 degrees centigrade is inlet. We do not know the outlet temperature here, but we know the vapor fraction, vapor mass fraction 1, where it is 0. So once we have specified it as 0, the outlet temperature requirement has been removed from here. Then the unit, first we need to change it to the bar. Here it is 5 bar and here it is 7 bar. So the estimated pressure drop we have been given. First we will convert it to bar. Here it is 0 0.1, here it is 0 0.2. And allowable pressure drop, first we will change the unit, 0.4 and 0.5 bar. We have to define the following resistance as we have seen in our previous example, which was related to the shell and tube heat exchanger, that it gives a warning when you do not specify the following resistance. In that case, first we haven't specified the allowable pressure and following resistance, and we had checked that Aspen had given us the warning. So taking following resistance of 0.00012 square meter over degree centigrade per kilo Kelvin. So once after specifying the process data, we need to specify the physical property data. It means that we need to specify the component which is involved in the system and the associated property package. So we will first go here in hot stream 1 composition. Instead of user specified, we will select ESPN property. Take some time to load in the system, and as you can see, it has been loaded. We will click on search data bank, and just like that we will select water and we will find it out. And if you scroll it down, this water H2O is available. Add selected component and use selected component. Since it's a single component, water which will be used for water and which will be used for the steam, so it's either weight fraction, mass fraction, mole fraction, all will be 1. And in property method, we will go here and we will select steam NBS. Similarly, in hot cold stream 2 composition, again as per properties 1, property method, scroll down, steam NBS will be selected. So we have specified everything in input. There is no crossover here. So once you have achieved that phase, you will click on run, and once after running, the results will be available for the system after some time. So as you can see, there is no input warning, there is no results warning, there is no operational warning. There are two notes in advisory. The note advisory is related to the process stream, that the consolidated process conditions for stream 1 prior to the main calculation give a heat load of this one, for a flow rate of this with a outlet temperature of this one, and quality or vapor fraction of 0. Obviously, in the hot stream side, the inlet stream is a vapor, outlet stream is a liquid. So there is vapor flow rate and then there is a liquid flow rate. But for the water side, obviously we know that it's a cooling water which is coming from the cooling tower. So obviously its mass fraction inlet and outlet both will remain the 0. So the consolidated process conditions for stream 2 prior to the main calculation give a heat load of this one, for a flow rate with outlet temperature of 38.9 and quality of 0. As we have discussed earlier in our videos, that for a cooling tower, the temperature of the water should not exceed above 40 because it will lead to the scaling problems in the cooling tower. So once after getting these notes advisory, we will go to the optimization path. There are 3 designs which were selected, and the case number 3, which is the most optimized design, has been selected for the system. Then there were different recap of the designs which were selected in the system, the API sheet which has been prepared for this. Obviously, we can select company, location, service, or we can give its name by going in heading remarks, but we have not filled it. So it's the optional step. Total flow rate, pressure drop, velocity between the plates, fouling margin, and every information is filled over here in the system. Then going to the thermal hydraulic summary, the performance of the plate and frame heat exchanger, the given over here like risk of mild distribution is no, which is very good that there is no mild distribution in the systems. Everything is properly and fine velocities are given in the system, and resonance volume as well. The heat transfer, Prandtl number, Reynolds number, these are also given in the systems. Then the pressure drop and the method used, which is the plate method, obviously has been used in the system. Then in the mechanical summary, if we go the exchanger geometry, that the number of exchanger is 1, the total number of plates are 197, plate pack weight 1786.7 kg, then effective surface area is 363.1 square meter, and so on. And in the exchanger diagram, which you can see over here, that the stream which is entering at 160 degrees centigrade and the stream out is 38.9 degrees centigrade. This stream 1 is the entering stream, which is the steam in the system, and this stream 2 outlet, which is water out. So steam is entering at 160 degrees centigrade, water outlet at 38.9 degrees centigrade, which is absolutely fine. Then the steam is exiting at 151.1 degrees centigrade, and the water is entering at 25 degrees centigrade. So these are the given conditions. That the material type selected is stainless steel 304. Area of each plate is given, plate thickness, each and everything is given over here. And then in the cost, the total cost is $28048 in the system, and the total plate pack weight is 1786.7 kg, and with water it is 3813.5 kg. So that's how we simulate the plate and frame heat exchanger in the system, that we need to know the same conditions as that of the shell and tube, that we need to define the process data, we need to define the physical properties data, and if our data is okay, then we can get the results over here. So that's how you simulate the plate and frame heat exchanger in Aspen Exchanger design and rating. Thank you for watching this. Please do like, watch, and share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Please click the bell icon to get all updates related to this channel. See you next time. Till then, it's goodbye. Stay tuned.